This could be the last game for Kanoe Kamana'o and the Rainbow Wahine for this year. And for Kamana'o in her career, and for Mason, and also for Gregory. Began game 4. Serving is Copenhagen. Here's Mason. Yes. Gets it in. That's dug up by Seelhammer. Carico goes to Geisen. Dug up by Houston. Gregory getting the ball across his Lee. Advantage USC. Carico back set. The ball is pushed over and down by Johansson. Carico gets it across for USC. Mason coming out. No look. Over shoulder dump shot. 2-1 early in the 4th game. That ball is shanked but saved by Seelhammer. Getting the ball across is Copenhagen. Here's Kamana'o, back set Gregory. Gregory able to steer it around the double block. Again serving. That ball dug up by Copenhagen, overpass. And let's see. Point for Hawaii.
Back row blocker by Carico.
It was a point for Hawaii. Serving is Mason yet another time. And they will go to, who else? Kachor.
And wins JC Player of the Year.
Duggins shanked that serve. He's master in this 4th game. Duggins coming out, cross court, Houston. And Houston is blocked. Kachor. Seelhammer again serving. Serves it deep, serves it out. Gets it across. They set up Kachor. There's Mason to Kamana'o. Here's Houston, and Houston gets it into the net. So we're tied at 5. Serving is Geisen. Here is Sanders. Sanders missed time on that set. Crossed that front row for USC. 6-5 USC. There's Sanders. Seelhammer is there. Ball goes outside the Copenhagen, and that was an out ball, and it went off Mason. Here's Mason guiding it to Kamana'o. Houston. Houston, just with the right angle that time, deposits that ball in front of Seelhammer. The 4th game. All or nothing for Hawaii here in game number 4. Serving is Copenhagen, popped in the air by Houston. Waiting for it is Kamana'o, back to Houston. Double block is up, and Houston does it again. We are tied at 7. Kamana'o serves it again. That ball near the net. Carico to Copenhagen. Dug up by Lee. Mason to Houston. She rolls it over. Geisen, Carico, and Kachor gets it not across. Hit the tape, didn't go over. Houston to Seelhammer. Carico, step out move, Bishop, and Bishop able to hit it off Mason. Just taps it across. Houston guides it to Kamana'o, to Sanders, and that ball dug up by Bishop, then blocked back that time by Mason, and that goes off Houston after being hit by Copenhagen.
It's Houston of their team.
Serving again is Bishop. Lead near the net. Kamana'o out to Mason, and Mason is blocked easily that time. And serving is Bishop. Line drives it to Mason. Pops it up, chased down by Kamana'o. Back to Mason. Double block is up. Hits that off Bishop, rather Geisen in the back row. And getting the ball across is Copenhagen. Outside it goes to Mason. Off the block.
Seam.
Serving is Lee. Outside it goes to, that time, Johansson. That'll be returned. There's Gregory. Kamana'o, outside it goes to Mason. Roll shot. Boy, that played right into the hands of Kachor. Ball is hit over by Copenhagen and then off Houston.
You gotta beat it, hit it in the back row.
Serving Kamana'o, Copenhagen. Kamana'o gets it to Houston behind the 3-meter line. It's Kaufman. Kaufman gets it over. Seelhammer. Carico. The ball is put over by Geisen, saved by Houston. Kamana'o to Gregory, and Gregory hits it off Seelhammer. Duggins gets it across. That ball dug up by Copenhagen. Carico goes to Johansson. One-handed save by Houston. Kamana'o goes to Mason. That's off the block. Seelhammer is there. Carico goes to the side. The ball is put over by Geisen. And a net violation called on Hawaii. Could have been an out ball. Duggins to Kamana'o, and then Houston able to get the ball down in front of the double block. Mason line drives it over. That ball dug up by Copenhagen. Carico goes to the big number 7, Kachor, the serve for Southern California. Gets it over. Duggins, Kamana'o near the net, outside to Houston. And that ball is dug up by Geisen. Carico goes to Kachor. Serving Seelhammer into the net. Service error for Southern California. Gregory taps it across. Ball goes to Carico, and the ball is hit over that time. And then Houston comes right back.
Good kill.
Serving is Gregory, dug up by Sealhammer. Carico goes to Couture, and Couture hits that ball out. Game. Serving is Gregory. That ball is dug up. They go to the setter, and Couture gets it across. Hawaii will return it. Here is Mason. Mason hits it off Carico.
Because Zartman was something very, very special.
Gregory serving. Ball is hit over by Geisen, and it went off the block, they say. Lee coming out. Here's Houston. Oh, Houston really ripped that. Houston really ripped that. Serving is coming out. Just lollipops it over. It goes to Couture. Serving is coming out. Serves it. That ball is dug up by Copenhagen. Goes cross court, but there is Houston. Waiting is coming out. Sets up Mason down the middle, and Mason pushes it out. Gets it over. Mason coming out, waiting, coming out, goes cross court. Here's Houston. Houston hits it off the block, and it comes right back. In the fourth game, Wilson gets it across. Mason to coming out, sets up Kaufman, goes cross court, but right there is Wilson. Copenhagen to Geisen. Mason with the save. Coming out to Houston, that's blocked and out. Houston continues to be productive in Houston's place. Serves it, that ball dug up by Copenhagen. Carico goes outside to Bishop, and right there was Mason. Wolford, that ball dug up by Copenhagen. Carico back to Copenhagen, that just rockets right by. Bishop taps it across. Lee guides it to Kamana'o. Sets up Mason. Mason off the block that's dug up in the back row by Geisen. Ball is hit over by Couture. Back into the game. Kamana'o to Lee. Here's Kaufman. Rolls it into the back row. Advantage USC. And they will set up Copenhagen. That's off the block. Mason is there. Kamana'o short to Sanders. And Sanders hits it off Couture. Lee line drives it over and shanks off Copenhagen. Round one. Serves it again. That ball is dug up by Geisen. And getting the ball over on that far side is Johansson. Copenhagen serving. Mason coming out. Here's Kaufman. That's blocked back, but Lee with the save. Could have been an out ball. Goes to Mason. And Mason is blocked by Johansson. Mason to coming out. Here's Mason. Big hit right here. And that's dug up by Sealhammer. Overpass. They joust at the net. Saved by Gregory. Waiting for it is Wolford. Pops it in the air. Lee gets it across. Now free ball for USC. And the ball is hit over by Carico. Copenhagen serving again. The ball is saved by Wolford. And let's see. A point is called for USC. Serving is Copenhagen. Dug up by Wolford. Coming out goes to Mason. Mason needs that. That ball goes off. Copenhagen in the back row. Jump float. Gets it in. That ball shanked, but getting the ball over is Carico. Here's Gregory. Gregory hits that ball off Couture. Chased down by Sealhammer. Getting the ball across is Geisen. Coming out goes to Mason. That's off the block, but Sealhammer is there. Waiting for it and hitting the ball out that time. Hitting the ball out was Carico. That hurt. Comes back on, replacing Kaufman. Here's Lee guiding the ball to coming out cross court. Mason tries for the corner and gets it in there. Serving is Mason. That ball dug up by Copenhagen. Freeberg goes outside. The ball is hit over by Couture. Here's Houston. And getting the ball back is Sealhammer. Here's Mason. Overpass. And the ball is blocked by Gregory. Off Johansson. Huge block by Gregory.
Kamana'o will go up here and have the presence of mind to go up and block the attack. Unbelievable.
Oh, it was coming out instead of Gregory. Ball is hit over. That goes off the block. Hit over by Couture. Here's Houston. Houston has it blocked. Here's Kamana'o outside to Houston. Yes. Big point by Houston. Gregory gets it across. Steelhammer hits it in the air. Chased down by Copenhagen. Getting the ball across is Geisen. Mason, Kamana'o. And the net violation called on Kamana'o.
There's Kamana'o up. Yeah, she definitely nailed. It was a good call.
Houston hits that ball off the block. Kamana'o gets it over. Sealhammer guides it to Carico, and then Couture is blocked by Kaufman and Sanders. Aloha ball, game 4 for Hawaii.
And the Hawaii block party continues. Hawaii with 16 blocks to SC's 14.
Serving is coming out. Aloha ball, game 4. She will get it in. That ball dug up by Kochor. Carico goes to Copenhagen. Copenhagen again on that shot by Mason. Here's Copenhagen off. Mason and out. 27 serving 29. Dug up by Mason. Coming out, sets up Houston. That's off the block. Yes!